Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Yeah, I don't know, I've hurt my back, or I have a pleurisy infection. I don't think I've got pleurisy. It was a little bit warmer earlier today, but didn't have a fever, so that's a plus. Just really finding it hard to move. It's probably my back keeping things harsh to move and everything. So, we are now at the 30th of December. Tomorrow night, you're all going to get up and you're all going to go party, go see movies. There's still probably going to be lots of food out there. So, if you had started watching your diets meal plans. I gotta stop saying that. Because when I was first diagnosed, it was all said, oh, your diabetic diet. What is your diabetic diet? And then they changed it to meal plan. And I'm sorry, I'm a little slow getting used to calling it a meal plan. But you know what? Things happen like that. Now, tomorrow night, you may fall off the wagon. And remember, if you do, tough. It's not the end of the world. What you do January 1st, you start. But you've already started a week ago, hopefully. And so, everyone's going to be playing the game. Oh yes, I started my diabetes plan on January 1st. Well, there's so much pressure being put on people that, by February, those are gone. I really would like to hear how you guys do with maintaining your diet, getting back in control. I don't care if you write to me and say, oh well, it was just terrible. I just can't do it. Well, are you doing it on your own, or are you going to a doctor? Because so often we tend to push ourselves in areas we don't need to be pushing. And we start crashing and saying, oh my God, things aren't working out the way I want them to work. So, you know what you do? The next time you do a blood sugar, you start off and you do the best you can. No one's asking you to be better than the rest. It's up to you to make a decision and stick with it. I know when I started trying to keep myself in control, I was working in an office at the time. Well, I was doing training for that convenience store company I worked for, and a lot of time I was in the office. I'd do finger pokes, I'd write down the blood sugars, and I'd go for months, and then one day, something would happen, and oh yeah, whatever. Oh, I forgot it at home. And, the office really wasn't that far from my home. I could have turned around, gone and get it, and brought it back. My health should have come first. But I didn't want to owe a mark against you for being late. No, that's not what it's about. You've got to be prepared. If something comes up, and again, you fall off the wagon or whatever you want to call it. That's an old saying for people who are alcoholic. But, I know you're not an alcoholic, but you know what? You get up the next day or the next blood sugar and continue on your way. If you're getting 3 days of where you can't eat or keep things down, get on the phone. Contact your doctor. I know I keep sounding like I'm beating a dead cat, but the whole purpose of it is to make sure you're awake and realize we've all failed. And like I said, I failed when I started to take control, and I wonder if I'd end up, I still wonder if I had ended up doing it every day and kept it up, would I be in the same predicament as I am now? I don't know. It's hard to say. There are times I went out and got stuff for my sugars, and I can remember while I was starting this, doing blood tests 4 times a day, there was a Fraser Health diabetic clinic at what was the St. Teresa's Hospital in New Westminster. It's since gone, but I went in there and it was kind of like, well, how do you treat a low blood sugar? And I would say, well, I would take my blood sugar and then I pretty well would eat until I felt better. And oh my God, it's like things were going night and day. And I got the old thing, and I'm sure some of you have been told this too. And there's nothing wrong with this, but you need to do a blood sugar, see what you're at, take 15 grams of carb, wait 15 minutes, test again, and I think do it 2 more times. And if you're still low, then contact 911. Huh? Sounds good. But at that point, I think I knew that, that wasn't going to work. And I think at that point it was every 8 months I had to go see them. And I went back and she said, So how's the control when treating a low? And I said, it sucks. And she said, well, you've got to really give it a try. I said, I have been giving it a try. I've been giving it a try for years. And when my doctor got the report of that, he kind of said, gee, I wonder if you're brittle or more brittle than I thought. And lo and behold, that was sort of the, oh yes, brittle. And I started having low blood sugars. Now, is it important? Of course it is. You need to treat your diabetes the best way your team has suggested. Don't just go off and say, oh, I'm going to control the blood sugars my way. That's going to be it. Well, because you're going to run into problems. And I probably would have talked a bit more about that with the diabetic team. I finally just said, okay, fine. And then went on my way, and if I had a low blood sugar, I'd open up the fridge door and continually eat until next time I ended up, well, not like for every meal, but just for that low time. And then eventually I'd end up back in the hospital and we'd play the game again. Don't do that. Be truthful with your doctors. You need the best care that you can get. And if you're playing around with your numbers, stop it. Because you need to be safe all the time. And I just still wonder if we had worked out a better plan, I wouldn't be where I am today. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Have a great night or day or whatever it is for you. Bye now.